Hi there, Sensei Victoria Whitfield here from victoriawhitfield.com for your weekly love letter. And we are continuing our series on welcoming in more love and more money, #MLMM. This week's topic that Spirit sent to me was taking a moment just to recap so that we can continue clearing our energy, but just really making it a point to make you clear on what's a detox? Are you detoxing? And noticing when that's happening and how that's actually a really great thing when it happens. So, first off, a detox is different than a cleanse. This also is a wee bit different than referring to a detox on, say, if you are getting off a certain drug and you're observing that period. The detox that I'm referring to are the symptoms that you're experiencing, but it doesn't have to be in a situation that severe and that chemically driven. So, a detox is one of nature's dark gifts that she gives us throughout life. Spirit sends us messages, healings, and learnings through observing detox periods. Speaking of, women are built to every month go through a detox period. Wink. Our menstrual flow, usually in tune with the moon, is meant to clear out our body and detoxify the womb to prepare for fertility and allowing growth of a new baby, possibly. Men, as well, regularly detox on a monthly basis, also in tune with the moon. The moon's frequencies affect the water in our bodies, which by extension affects our physical body, sensations, and then by extension our emotions and thoughts. Because of that, with each full moon, men also go through monthly detoxes. It's a different, more subtle, less talked about detox that men go on a monthly basis, but it's not just us women. So be kind, especially around the full moon time. So, a detox is when your body is cleansing itself out. But here's the thing, it's not just on the physical level. Whenever we're really clearing, especially to make way for receiving spiritual guidance and new messages, as well as progress and really moving forward in our spirit's evolution, it's not just the physical symptoms of detox that you want to be looking out for or aware of, but it's also the mental, emotional, as well as spiritual, environmental effects of detox. Let me ask you some questions, and you know I always love asking questions just to really tune you in to where you're at. Has something really large happened recently that you weren't expecting, such as a loss of a job, a loss of a person, an illness coming onto you or onto someone very close to you, and you're just like, oh my God, where did this come out from? Or an accident, really sudden, out of the blue experiences. Everything always happens for a reason. There is no such thing as coincidence in the universe. There is only confirmation, right? So when we see these things happening, it's important to step back and say, okay, what do I need to learn right now? What are you trying to tell me? No matter what, whether it's someone passing away or whether we're assigned a terminal disease, that level of a detox is important to observe because your spirit has to learn something. Now, I know some of you may think, whoa, Sensei, that's pretty heavy. But in an ultimate sense, it's okay to pass away. It's okay to have a terminal disease. It really is. Now, it makes you feel helpless, but what does feeling helpless do for you? Do you succumb to it, or does it reinvent your personality so that for the remaining days that you do have in physical here, are you going to really live your life to the fullest and embody your vision and your dream? Are you really going to bring that level of love that you've always wanted to but tamped down until the end of the world came, right? By the way, I'm just going to sneak in a movie reference. If you haven't seen the movie Knowing, I know it's a thriller, but it's a really great one. Just saying. The Knowing with Nicolas Cage, check it out. It was really good. But, so it's important to observe what's the message that's coming through. What's the dark gift? So, symptoms of detox can be, again, on the physical, mental, emotional, there's a slash there, and spiritual, environmental. The way that you can tell you're going through a spiritual detox is that things in your environment change, such as you need to move, or people around you are responding to you differently. Like, oh, now you changed, huh? Or so you're not, so you think you're so good, and blah, blah, blah. Or you're getting into fights more. Something's trying to get your attention and clear out on the outside, which is different than an emotional mental detox, which is internal. So symptoms of that may be just needing to cry and not being able to hold it back, or getting really mad and not being able to hold it back anymore, right? Just the emotional release and outburst. And lastly, physical detox come with physical sensations, such as headaches, pains, the indigestion, dehydration, fever, or kind of like flu-like symptoms, weight loss or weight gain. I mean, it goes both ways. You're not only detoxing when you're losing weight or doing good or something like that. No. Something else is happening. Something else is trying to get your attention and clear out. If your weight is suddenly going up, you're processing something. And that's essentially what a detox is. Now, I'm hearing in the energy our oracle card for the week calling to us. It comes from Stephen D. Farmer's Earth Magic Oracle Cards deck. One of, oh my gosh, how many do we have? 4, 8, 10. 10 decks and counting that we have here. I could think of another 2 that are floating around somewhere, that we have here at the dojo. If you ever want to come by, pull, and get a message for yourself. Oracle cards are great because it's always positive, inspirational messages. It's never anything that is really stifling or holding you back, or foreboding. I've gotten some foreboding tarot card messages and they never really came true. But then again, it's how much you invest in believing them. That's a whole nother can of worms. I'm not even going to open that right now. So I asked, as always, angels, spirits, please show me. What do we need to know right now? How would you like to weigh in on our discussion of detox? And an interesting card came up. As always, right on time. I haven't read what it is, like the description yet, but I have a strong feeling that this is going to be really good. And it's iceberg submerged. So, a very placid image of 2 icebergs, and then the view through the middle. When I look at them, I see faces, like 2 faces looking at each other, like this is the nose and stuff, but it's up to you You may be focusing on the door here, or this looks like a number 8, or totally up to you. But I see faces in this image, and to me, I'm drawn to the mirror aspect of it, where there is one that is bright and one that is darker. Before I even read, I'm getting hit strong in the energy right now to say that this has to do with uncovering what you've been hiding in your shadow, coming face to face with it. And it's okay to do that. So let me read to you. Whatever you suppress or deny and attempt to keep out of conscious awareness will show up somewhere and somehow. These are your shadow aspects. Man, I would be saying this never gets old like 60 years from now. This is crazy. At one time, you put them, the shadow aspects, out of your consciousness for good reason, yet they remain contained by shame and guilt. Sometimes these submerged aspects of yourself are projected onto others so that they mirror those denied or suppressed parts of you, so that the others mirror the denied parts, the parts that you deny. Other people are mirroring that. And you may even harshly judge these characteristics when these people exhibit them. Now is the time to allow these elements to surface and embrace them. Felt a lot of energy right there. I'm just going to pause for a moment. Now's the time to allow it to come up and embrace it. You don't have to run anymore. You don't have to run anymore. These may wake up some sort of self-expression, a secret dream you wish to accomplish, or even uglier aspects that are difficult to acknowledge and accept about yourself. Whatever you have submerged deep inside of you, this is your opportunity to pay attention to those things and welcome them to the family called you. Beautiful entry. Right on point. The point of detox, which is the point of sickness, such as, oh, I get a cold every season, you know, every cold and flu season, oh yeah, I'm always down for the count. Or they gave me the diagnosis of cancer. Why? When the why comes up, it's detox time. Something is coming up and out of the depths of your shadow. Especially depending upon the severity of the detox, big things can come up. But if you're not listening, you'll miss out. And here's the dangerous part of not listening to your body, to your thoughts and emotions, to your spirit, and to your environment, okay, when you're detoxing. If you're in that phase, spirit is going to up the ante to get your attention because it's time. Now, you'll never get anything more than what you can handle. More than what your spirit is saying, okay, I can handle this. Push me a little bit harder. Push me a little harder. I'll listen. Right? You'll never get more than you can handle. By the way, just because someone dies doesn't mean that they've gotten more than they could handle. That's not true. Death is never an end. It's just a transformation, just a transition. Okay? It's harder on the living than it is on those who are passing into it. You know what I mean? So be kind to yourself. If you're going through a detox, let's just say on a smaller scale, maybe you've caught a cold. take a note of how you are acting. Are you crabbier and angrier than usual? That's anger, frustration that you've been hiding in your shadow, coming out. Beast is out! Rawr! Right? Or have you just gone through a large life event, such as having a divorce or getting married, where your identity is shifting entirely and you just kind of feel out of place or are longing for what was? Observe how you feel. That's part of your shadow coming up and saying, look at what you are or what you thought you were, right? Be conscious. The point of detox is to increase consciousness. Consciousness in the energy equals vibration. The more you raise your consciousness, the higher your vibration. That's powerful. There's nothing better for your energy, for your soul's evolution, than to raise your consciousness, your vibration, as high as you can in a sustainable way. Not just like, okay, I'm gonna reach the top and then I'm gonna burn out. No. The great thing also about detox is that it tends to leave a lasting change. And I'm gonna close with this. All the detox symptoms and discussion that I just had are for the general populace. When you have Reiki attunements, which is a procedure that opens you up to channeling healing energy called Reiki, those also initiate detoxes, like manually. The purpose is to raise your consciousness and raise your vibration so that you can open to that much energy flowing through you. Just as a brief recap for any Reiki people who are watching, level 1, the detox is 3 to 6 weeks depending on your energetic health. Level 2 is 3 to 6 months depending on your energetic health. Level 3 or ART is 1 year. Master Teacher is also 1 year. Now, I'm also currently on a detox from a Holy Fire Karuna Reiki attunement. My spirit downloaded that is a 2-year detox. Depends on the master who you're going to ask, but I know my body and I hear her loud and clear, right? When you're in a detox, you don't want to interrupt it with anything else because you want all of the dark gifts, all of the learnings that Spirit's trying to send you to raise the floor, raise up your vibration so that you're operating on a generally higher level, right? So that's detoxing, okay? Now, if you're curious to know more, as always, send me an email back, comment below, or send me a video response back, or give me a call. Get in touch and ask me questions. Also, if there's anything that you want me to answer, by the way, you can send me that, and I'd be happy to make a video as well. So, allow it to surface and embrace. It's okay. It's only temporary. Detoxing is only temporary. Breathe through it. All right? And I will see you next week.